Just listen to me carefully. Believe me, you will get the biggest lesson of your life. One day, I asked my friend, you and I have the same 24 hours. Yet, you have a luxury car, your own business, world tour, everything. And I'm still wondering, when will my salary increase? He laughed and said, there is no difference of hours. There is a difference of thinking. And that day I understood that this world does not run according to 24 hours, but according to 1% mindset. See, the truth is bitter. 99% people do in their life what the society has written the script for them. School, job, bills, retirement, and then regret. But 1% people tear that script and write their own story. Listen to a story. A man used to go running in the park every morning. For years, he used to run on the same track at the same speed. One day, a young man crossed him and went ahead. The man was surprised and said, "How did you run so fast?" The boy said, "You came to run. I came to win. This is the only difference. 99% people run in life. 1% wins." In Chowri, everyone's path is the same. But not everyone's destination is the same. Some people change their thinking, and the whole world becomes theirs. Today we are going to talk about that mindset which will pull you out of the crowd of 99% and make you stand in 8%. This is not a game of luck. This is a formula of strategy, habits, and decisions. And if you start this journey, then you will never like to return to the crowd. Just write one word in the comment so that the world knows which side you're on. Now write in the comment, I am 1%. Or write, I am 1%. Hello friends, all of you are once again welcome to our channel Books with Grandpa. Friends, today's audiobook is really going to be something different and unique. It tells something that you might not have ever imagined. And friends, I promise you, even if you watch 100 different videos on YouTube and then watch our video, you will still get to know and learn a lot of new things. And yet we'll say this, if you like it, if it is helpful, then only like our audiobook, otherwise don't. There are only 6 powerful chapters in it, and you must know chapter number 5. It is very important. Let's not waste your precious time and go directly to chapter 1. And if you have earphones or headphones, then you can also use them. It will keep your attention focused on the audiobook. Chapter 1. The 99% Trap. There is a strange pattern in life. Most people walk on the same path and then wonder why they did not find a different destination. It is like flowing with the crowd and hoping that the river will take you to some secret waterfall. But the truth is that the path of that crowd often ends at the same place in the average life. 99% people wake up every morning. We think the same things we thought yesterday. We do the same things we did yesterday. And then we hum in the evening, why is nothing changing? Psychology calls this the habit loop. Your mind likes to walk on the path of least resistance. It is safe, it is easy, and this is the biggest trap. Think of a short story. A man goes to the forest to cut wood. His axe has become blunt. Someone says, "Brother, sharpen it." He says, "I don't have time. I'm busy cutting wood." This is the life of 99% people. They are busy, but there is no progress. Society teaches you to play safe. Don't take risks. Do what everyone else is doing. This advice sounds sweet, but from inside, it stops the oxygen of your growth. Herd mentality traps a person in the comfort zone. And the comfort zone is where dreams slowly die. The bitter truth is that 99% people spend their entire life fulfilling the expectations of others. They chose their career because their parents said so, and the lifestyle because society approved. The result is emptiness inside and then blaming fate. Science says that our mind likes predictability, but growth happens in unpredictability. Just like a muscle grows in a gym only when it is given extra load. Similarly, your mind will grow only when you go to unknown territories. एक शायरी आती है मन में, वो क्या खाक बनाएंगे अपनी पहचान दुनिया में, जो उसी रास्ते पर चलते हैं जहां दुनिया आरी जा रही है. ठीक इसी तरह, you will see that 99% people first look at every new opportunity with doubt. What if we fail? This question paralyzes them. But the same 1% people ask, what if we succeed? Just this little difference changes their life. The 99% trap is not just about laziness. It is about mental autopilot. You thinking you're taking decisions, but in reality, your old beliefs and fears are driving the wheel. For example, you must have noticed that people standing in a crowd rarely come forward and ask questions. Why? Because 99% people live in fear of approval and judgment. But the truth is that the world's great achievers took their life decisions not from the eyes of the crowd, but from their inner vision. And yes, the interesting thing is that 99% people consider their failures as the final chapter, whereas 8% people consider failures as just a draft. Imagine if Thomas Edison had said after the first 50 failed attempts that this does not work. Then perhaps today we would have been sitting in the dark.
It is not easy to get out of the 99% trap because it makes you feel safe, like lukewarm water. But this same water slowly boils you and you do not even realize it. You will have to break that comfort or else the comfort itself will break you. Remember, the crowd gives you security, but greatness is found in solitude. If you think, do, and feel what everyone else is doing, will you get what everyone else is getting? After this chapter, ask yourself a question. Am I in the crowd that is safe but stuck, or am I the one who will take risks and make my own path? This question is the beginning of your 1% mindset. Chapter 2. Thinking like the 1%. Once I heard in an interview, someone asked, what do successful people do differently from others? The answer was very simple. They think differently. It sounds easy, but in reality, this is the most difficult. Because thinking differently means going against the rest of the 99%, and this is not always comfortable to the society. 1% people see everything from a long-term lens. Other people think, what will I get now? And these people think, where will this decision take me after 5 years? Because of this one habit, 1% people reach where others only dream. There is a story. There were 2 farmers. Both had 100 seeds. The first farmer planted all the seeds at once so he could get fruits quickly. But later, his land became empty. The second farmer planted some seeds right away. He saved some for the next season and invested in rare plants. Years later, the same farmer was rich and stable. Moral: 8% people know how to delay short-term gratification. Science also says the same. The prefrontal cortex in your brain is the part that gives the capacity to think about the future. But most people use it to consume instant dopamine, Netflix binge, endless scrolling, and quick rewards. Whereas 8% people control this dopamine and invest for the future. 8% mindset does not mean that they are fearless. They just take action even with fear. The rest of the people stop as soon as they feel fear, and these people consider fear as a signal that there is growth here. A bitter truth: 99% people waste time in taking decisions. They waste their energy in overthinking. 1% people take decisions quickly, and if they go wrong, they correct them quickly. Because they know that speed is the biggest advantage in action. In Shiri, those who sit and think, their destination remains the same. Those who start moving, even with half faith, the path is created by itself. 1% people look for opportunity in every situation. The rest say, the market is bad. These people say, the market is changing. Now we have to play a new game. Elon Musk dreamed of electric cars when people said it was not possible. This is 1% thinking, challenging the impossible. Their another secret is to filter information. 99% people consume every news, every gossip, every negativity. 8% people consume only that which is useful for their growth. Their mind is a garden. They know which seeds to plant and which weeds to pull out. And perhaps the biggest difference is that 8% people change their identity. They say, I am not trying to become successful, I am thinking and acting like a successful person. When you change your identity, habits change automatically. An interesting comparison. 99% people live life by reacting, as if the remote is in someone else's hand. 8% people take the remote back in their hands and decide for themselves which channel to watch. So imagine, if your thinking becomes like the 1% from today, focused, long-term, decisive, and fearless, then where can you be in the next 5 years? Maybe where you are only able to imagine today. Chapter 3. The Focus Filter. There is no dearth of options in life. What is lacking is focus. Today you have so many choices that in reality, these choices are stopping your progress. This is called the paradox of choice. More options, more confusion, and zero execution. 8% people do not fall into this trap because they have a secret. Focus filter. Focus filter means that mental lens which allows only those things which are related to your main goal. Imagine there is a big funnel in your mind in which every idea, every opportunity falls, but only that which is relevant to your vision comes out from the bottom. Everything else gets stuck at the top. Think of a short story. Here is an archer. There are 10 balloons hanging in front of him, and he has to shoot only one red balloon. If he shoots an arrow at each balloon one by one, then both his energy and arrow will be exhausted. But if his eyes remain focused only on that red balloon, then the job will be done in just one arrow. This is the 8% mindset. Science also says the same. The reticular activating system, ROS, in your brain is the part that gives the capacity to think about the future. But most people use it to consume instant dopamine, Netflix binge, endless scrolling, and quick rewards. Whereas 8% people control this dopamine and invest for the future. 8% mindset does not mean that they are fearless. They just take action, even with fear. The rest of the people stop as soon as they feel fear, and these people consider fear as a signal that there is growth here.
1% people sit in only one boat and take it to the shore, then choose the next boat. Focus filter does not only mean avoiding distractions, but also locking the right priorities. The simplest way to do this is to ask yourself before every opportunity, will this take me closer to my ultimate goal? If the answer is no, then leave it. A fun fact, there is a principle in Navy SEAL training that slow is smooth, smooth is fast. This means that the more focused and steady you are, the faster you will move ahead. It is better to become an expert in one thing at a steady pace than doing 10 things in a hurry. 8% people design their day with a focus filter. They do not scroll through their phones as soon as they wake up in the morning, but tackle their high-priority tasks first. They know that willpower is highest in the morning and distractions should be blocked at that time. Imagine that your energy is a torchlight. Diffused light gives only a little light in the dark, but a laser beam focuses that light so much that it can even cut steel. 10% people use their energy like a laser beam. Focus filter is a skill, not a gift. You can develop it with practice, but for this, you will have to say small no's every day. To random plans of friends, endless scrolling of social media, and those tasks that only keep you busy but do not make you productive, this is the bottom line of the chapter. Your future depends on what you are focusing on today. Friends, if you're listening to this audiobook till here, then thank you very much. And those who have not liked it yet, I request all of them to like this audiobook. And yes, I know that many of you liked the video at the beginning itself. I will always be grateful to you for that. And friends, we have another YouTube channel on which we upload only financial-related audiobooks in which it is told how you can become financially intelligent. I have given the link of that channel in the description. And friends, we have a WhatsApp community channel in which more than 3,000 people are connected. On it, every day we keep sharing some positive thoughts that will make your and our life better. We keep sharing such things and also on Twitter. Therefore, we have given the link description of these 3 things. Please subscribe and follow. Let us now move on to Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Turning setbacks into superpowers. Everyone has to fall in life. The only difference is that 99% people remain lying there after falling, and 8% people turn that fall into a launch pad. For them, failure is not an ending, it is the raw material for the comeback story. Imagine if you look at every setback as a signal that there is a hidden lesson in it, then suddenly life will not seem scary but exciting. 8% people know that pain is feedback. This feedback tells where improvement is needed, where the strategy has to be changed, and where patience has to be kept. A story comes to mind. A reporter asked Thomas Edison that you failed 1,000 times. How did you feel? He replied casually, I did not fail 1,000 times. I found 1,000 ways that do not work. This mindset defines the 1%. They consider failure as data, not an insult. Science also says that when you fail, neuroplasticity is triggered in your brain. This means that new connections are formed in your brain which make you smarter the next time. The problem is that most people get stuck in the pain of failure and do not let this process complete. Reframing the setback is the biggest skill in the 1% mindset. A normal person will say that something bad happened to me. 1% will say that this is happening for me and not against me. Same event, but completely different energy. Have you ever noticed the most inspiring scenes in movies are those where the hero is knocked down and almost finished, but then he gets up and comes back with more strength than before? The audience claps because deep down we all want to be that hero in our lives. A bitter truth: do not try to avoid setbacks. Avoiding means avoiding growth. The bigger your ambition will be, the bigger your obstacles will be. 8% people accept this equation and stay ready. In Kiari, if I have fallen, will I get up again? You just keep watching what I will become. 3% people write their failures in a journal, analyze them, and then turn them into an action plan. These people do not get stuck on what happened, but focus on what to do next. Setbacks reveal two things in you: your limits and your strengths. The problem is that most people get scared seeing their limits, and 8% people get motivated seeing their strengths. There is a practical formula: learn, adopt, apply. After failing, first learn what went wrong, then adopt your strategy and then apply it immediately. The faster you repeat this cycle, the sooner setbacks will become your superpowers. Remember, setbacks don't just leave a gap on your resume. They can also put a gold medal on your character. Chapter 5. Living the 1% Way. Adopting the 1% mindset is not a one-time motivation shot, it is a lifetime. It means making decisions every day that the other 99% don't make. And yes, it's not just about big business deals or expensive habits. It's about the small daily choices that gradually shape your identity. Think about what the first hour of your day is like. 99% of people wake up in the morning, pick up their phone, scroll through notifications, and start their day without a plan.
8% of people consider this first hour a secret. They spend it on their growth, planning, and setting their energy. Morning time is a secret weapon for them. Living the 1% way means that you are intentional in everything. If you are working out, do it not half-heartedly, but with full focus. If you are meeting someone, do it not just for time pass, but to make a meaningful connection. There was a story about a Japanese craftsman who had been making wooden spoons every day for 40 years. Someone asked him, did he not get bored in all these years? He said, every spoon is new for me because I try to make it perfect. This is the 10% way. Develop the habit of excellence in every small task. Science says excellence is a habit, not talent. According to Hebb's law, neurons that fire together get wired together. It means that the work you do repeatedly with quality will become a part of your personality. Compounding plays a very big role in the 1% way. If small improvements are done consistently every day, then by the end of the year, there is massive growth. 8% people know that big wins are rare, but small wins are possible every day. There is a saying that a pot fills drop by drop. 99% people try to fill the pot in one go and get tired. 8% people keep adding one drop every day. Living the 1% way means minimizing distractions permanently. It means you question how important everything is. You cut out social media, gossips, unnecessary drama. These percents are different in relationships too. 99% people consider network as just a list of people. 8% people build connections with genuine help, trust and respect.
As a result, opportunities come on their own. Learning is a non-negotiable in the 1% way. No matter how successful you are, curiosity is always alive. Books, podcasts, mentors, growth mindset is active every day. And most importantly, 8% people practice gratitude daily. It keeps them grounded and saves them from ego. Success is sustainable when you enjoy it and also share it. Bottom line, living the 1% way means making small right choices every day, obsessing over quality and avoiding distractions. This is not a weekend project, but a lifetime commitment. Chapter 6. 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 Chapter 6.
Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Chapter 6.